Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So, this what I'm about to say, I know many people can identify with what I'm about to say. And for the people that can identify with it, that means I'm probably talking about you. But anyways, right? People will, I'm praying for you to death until what you've been praying for comes into fruition. People will, I am praying for you to death until what you have been praying for comes into fruition. Let me give you an example of what I mean. You can be in a situation, right? And, you know, things just seem so grim. And you go to social media, right? And you like, you know, oh man, pray for me, man. I'm really going through it, right? You'll have, you know, engagement, you know what I'm saying, 100 likes and 50 comments saying, hey, I'm praying for you. You gonna make it, right? Then as time goes on, you still in the mess, right? So, oh man, I don't see how it's gonna happen, this, that, and other. Then they'll keep on, man, I'm praying for you guys, gonna work it out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good, right? Because I believe that we all go through seasons of wilderness. And season of wilderness looks like you're in a place that where nobody on this heavenly earth can help you. Nothing seems to be going right? So you have to rely on God. Because if you are in a place that people can help you, you know, give you a handout, this, that, and the other, right? You'll thank the person, right? And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, right? But what I'm talking about is when you're going through that wilderness section of your life, right? So that, you know, God will put you in places that when you come up out of it, the only thing that you can say is God did. You know what I'm saying? Like, God got me out of that, right? So while you're in that wilderness, you know, you sitting up here, you just like, man, I don't know, man, this, that, and the other, right? Now, the people that's saying I'm praying for you, a lot of times, some of those people just say I'm praying for you, but behind the scenes, they talking about you. Behind the scenes, they like, man, look at this, blah, 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 this, that, and the other, right? But publicly, they'll still say, man, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. But when God shows up and shows out, and everything that you was saying that you was praying for start coming into fruition, and now you going on social media and you giving God thanks. God, I thank you for this new job. I was out of work for 7 months. God, I thank you for, you know what I'm saying, this new apartment because I was sleeping on somebody's couch. When you start publicly saying what God has done for you privately, those same people that was talking about they was praying for you, now they not in the comments no more. Now they not liking the stuff no more because you were in a situation that they thought that you couldn't get out of. See, that's why I always say, you know, when you come to social media and you use it as a sounding board to vent, you forget that stuff stays up there forever. I don't care if you erase it. Somebody has already screenshotted it. Somebody has already saved it. And then 3 days later, you come on there talking about how good God is and this, that, and the other, right? Nobody believes you because you come out and you use it as a sounding board, right? And I'm guilty of it. I've done it before. I remember when my grandparents passed and I was just going through it. I really was going through it. I had people lying on me, still got people lying on me, right? But I allowed my emotions to take over. And I made a video on Facebook Live and I'm just going off, right? I'm going off. And after I did that, I felt so bad. I felt so bad because I'm like, why am I screaming at a phone? And half the people that's listening just want to be in the gossip. The other people that's praying for me, they picked up the phone and sent me a message and said, hey man, I'm praying for you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get through this, that, and the other, right? But me yelling at a phone did nothing. It did nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I felt bad for it, right? So as I started going through what I had to go through, I was in a season of wilderness. I had people around me that loved me, but I was in a season that I needed in my life. I needed to be put in a position that I had to rely on God. A lot of us, we get on this social media app and we pump fake. We fake. You know what I'm saying? We get on this thing and we fake. We talk about how good God is, right? Let me tell you something. God is not blessing your scams. I'm going to say this again. God is not blessing your scams. Y'all think because y'all can trick the system that God has blessed you. That is a lie. The devil is a lie. If you scamming the system and then come on social media talking about some, I didn't know where the money was going to come from, but I thank God, and you pulling EBT scams. You pulling, you know what I'm saying, Social Security fraud. All of the stuff that you're doing, and then you turning around and saying God did, the devil is a lie. And a lot of times people do that because they want people to believe that they got this and they got that, right? No. Listen, I say this all the time. The devil is in the blessing business too. The devil will, sometimes you can be praying for something and you feel like God has put a word in your heart and you praying for it and you like, I'm going to receive it. A lot of times that ain't God, that's you. A lot of times that is not God, that's you. And then when you don't receive it, you turn around and blame God. Sometimes you go through something and you really want something, right? So then you go, you know what I'm saying, praying to God, talking about something. God, if you do this for me, I'm going to stop X, Y, Z. God, if you going to do it for me, I'm going to stop it. You ain't about to stop nothing. You not about to stop nothing. God didn't tell you that's for you. That's you telling yourself it's for you. And then when you don't get it, then you blame God. Think about it. When you don't get it, you blame God. You sit up there and you was, oh, God said I'm gonna get this job, knowing you don't qualify for this job for nothing. Knowing your skill set is not qualified for that. Knowing that you can't even get up to work on time in the job that you got now. But here you are running to social media talking about some, yeah, God said. Nah, God didn't say that. That's you said. And I say it all the time. God will not bless who you pretend to be. Now, this is just a word that I got, you know what I'm saying? I got this early this morning, right? Because I was just thinking about a lot of different things, right? And I was seeing a lot of stuff on social media, and I was just like this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. A lot of times people are where they are because nothing has changed around them. We about to be in December Monday. And lo and behold, I'm telling you, we're going to start seeing them. Next year's my year. And them same people that's been saying next year my year have been saying that for 10 years, but nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. See, when you have faith, right? You got to have faith even when you can't see what God is doing. See, when the only time you have faith is when you want something. That's not how this faith thing goes. And you'll mess around and trick yourself when something that you quote unquote having faith for comes into fruition. Then you thinking that's God, right? But that ain't God. God didn't tell you to do that. So then when you lose everything, you go blaming God. Nah, faith is when you are in a position and you don't know the how of it, but you know who can do it. That's faith. That's having real faith. Lost both my grandparents. And I'm telling you, I thought I was going to lose my mind, but I sat back and I was just like, you know what? God going to work it out. God going to work it out. And every time that I started leaning on my own understanding, I would have them crash out moments. I would be trying to defend myself to people that don't matter. Think about how many times you have crashed out about somebody lying on you. In the big scheme of things, they don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really don't matter. I'm not arguing with nobody under my pay grade. And that might sound cocky, but that's what you got to think about yourself sometimes. I'm not arguing with nobody under my pay grade. Ain't nobody messing with my peace that's under my pay grade. Can't nobody say nothing about me right? That's gonna make me sink to that level. I've done that. I've seen where that led me. And where that led me was blocking my blessings. When you come on this social media app, right, and somebody's lying on you, somebody then, you know what I'm saying, ran your name through the mud, right? But you know you, and you know it's not the truth, right? You don't have to publicly, like, just, oh yeah, they lying, this, that, and other. Because let me tell you something. The people that believe the lie, they just don't like you. So you ranting and raving ain't doing nothing, because them same people not gonna like you. I have people in my, you know what I'm saying, atmosphere that don't like me simply because of me coming on social media saying what I say and being positive. Think about that. If I came on social media and I was ranting and raving and this, that, and the other, right, I would have 500 views on a video, right? Because that's entertaining, right? But people don't like my message. And that's perfectly fine, because the message ain't for them. I do not have the time to be trying to explain myself to people that don't like me. People that don't like me, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a difference between I don't hate you, but I don't like you either. So we can't occupy the same space. We can't occupy the same air. So what do I look like arguing with someone who means nothing to me in the big scheme of things? So anyways, man, it's a long video, man, but I hope somebody got the message out of this, right? Because you really have to think about it, right? When you praying for something, I mean, I'm talking about really praying for something, you still have to do life as if it's already done. You praying for that new job, but you showing up to the job that you currently at late, half doing the work, but you come into social media talking about God gonna do it, God gonna do it. No, because you don't respect what he has already done. So anyways, man, I hope y'all have a blessed Sunday.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.